On abbey shores where shadows play, the alley whispers night and day. In abomination, alley's grip, where fear and danger tightly knit. Oh, the alley breathes a tale untold of secrets dark and hearts grown cold. Abbey streets, they'll pull you in to the depths where sin begins.
Hello and welcome to Dire Bear. It's Tuesday night, so of course that means we're playing Abomination Alley, our BRP actual play. I'll be your storyteller for the evening, Jason, and with me as usual will be Sarah playing Vivian, Carr playing Teak, Eric playing Michael, Rappy playing Charlie, and Jeremy playing Salvador. Who remembers where we left off last week?
Vampires.
Yeah, we somehow transitioned into a Vampire the Masquerade game.
No, that would be if y'all were the vampires.
Oh, that's true.
That's
Hunter
true.
the
The night's
Reckoning.
still young. The night's still young.
Also true.
Uh-huh.
This would be more like you built mortals out of hunters hunted.
What's the epithet for the Hunter game?
Hunter the Reckoning?
Yeah. Okay. I knew it was something. Like you got like Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf the Apocalypse, and
Yep.
other fancy stuff.
But really, you sort of started with vampires last week. You just happened to also end with them.
Yeah.
Alright, so Leo had led half the group off and ended up saving a young woman, a patient of his, from a vampire flapper.
Yeah.
And while they beat the snot out of that vampire, she did get away.
Messed up one of her arms.
Yep. But unfortunately, vampires heal very quickly.
It's gonna
Michael
take
and
a while to
Vivian.
heal up anyway.
Michael and Vivian, on the other hand, started looking for Dorothy, tracked her down to a club where she was on a date, caused a little bit of a scene, but did get Dorothy away
I'm sure it'll be fine.
from dear Aloysius. And I believe y'all stashed her in Vivian's apartment, and Lilac was staying with her.
Yep, with the instructions of do not allow anyone in, shoot anyone that tries to come in. Feel free to reveal all of my deepest, darkest secrets that you know just to keep her entertained and in the apartment.
I think she was looking forward to that part.
Probably.
Probably entirely too much, but
A little bit. Just a
we'll
little bit.
burn that bridge when we get there.
It's for a good cause. And I believe we ended with all of y'all loaded up in a couple of vehicles and headed towards the Grand
Imperial.
I was wanting to say Grand Regal, and that didn't sound right. To the Grand Imperial, where the one young lady works, and where Dorothy had pretty much, I think, where Dorothy had told you that Aloysius was staying.
Hadn't the Teak and Sal and Charlie and Leo gotten the name of one of the co-workers at the hotel, so we have that if we need it? Vivian doesn't know this. I'm just trying to remember that.
I don't recall.
We
I
had
wanna say
saved
yes.
the. We had saved the mother and the daughter from a vampire in their house.
Mhm.
Yes. I couldn't remember if they'd mentioned like her coworker or anything.
I can't remember myself.
I don't have a name written down, though it's perfectly reasonable
Okay.
that they could have.
Neither here nor there. I just couldn't. I was like, this feels like it should be something I remember, but I couldn't remember.
All right, so you all arrive at the Grand Imperial. It's probably, let's see, was it? It wasn't super late, was it? Well, no, let's see. I've done a lot of running around.
A
9,
bit,
10
yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah, we'll say it's probably about 10 by the time you get to the Imperial.
Didn't we call the cops too?
I do
We did?
believe somebody had either notified the. Had you notified the cops, or had somebody just said you ought to?
We
We
did.
notified the cops.
Yeah, we did call them and let them know.
Well, the police were brought to where me,
Yeah.
Sal, and I and Leo were, and they said, we'll take your statement later, or something we'll
You
take
gave
your
a
statement
very, very
later.
brief statement, and then you were going to.
Yes,
They're
and
expecting you to show up
then
like the next
they
day to
asked
fill out
it.
paperwork.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I think they said they'd
that's
call like
what
the
happened.
other precinct closer to the hotel. Cause I remember
That's
like,
what it
do
was.
you want to fight vampires
Yeah.
or do you want to put these guys between you and the vampires?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that's what it was. I remember that scene.
Yeah,
'cause it's
because they were going to have to call the Middleton
we didn't
precinct.
call them, but they're not going to show. They're not going to do anything of note. They're going to make it harder for us.
More targets.
But yeah, Salvador and this group are heading to the hotel. I want to make I want to think back because do in this world do vampires also creatures of chaos, or is this something completely different?
The stories you have of vampires are pretty much the stories the real world has of vampires.
Okay.
So it varies from culture to culture. There's all kinds of different variations.
And there's all sorts of different versions of like what kills them and what doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like Vampire the Masquerade. Anyway.
Hold on a minute.
They have the undead are generally not specifically associated with chaos.
Yes. Okay.
They're just their own little form of nastiness.
I have a stupid idea that I want.
Sometimes
to
we like
know
stupid
if
ideas.
It'll work. If I take out, did they have silver pieces in the 20s? I want to say they did, and then they stopped. Just after that because they were like, "Wow, we're using actual silver. That's dumb."
Yeah, why should our money be inherently worth something?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. Yes, the United States did have circulating silver coins in the 1920s, specifically the Walking Liberty $50, Standing Liberty quarter.
I kind of want to. I want to try. I want to find Teak and ask him.
Well, he's in the
something.
car with you, so.
Yeah, and it's like so. As we're driving, like Teak, maybe not right now. I don't know if we can do it now because I think it's a little late. But I have a really dumb idea.
How dumb we talking?
He pulls out a bunch of like quarters, like just jam this into the gun and fire.
Teek's still driving. He's like, damn it, I like it. He just keeps driving. Where are we going to do it, though? That's my question. It's like,
I know. We're already heading that way. It's just
I don't know
I
many blacksmiths that forge bullets.
need to forge the bullets. You just put the coins in the thing and hope for the best.
Yeah, but you'd have to get gunpowder and.
I mean, I have all that.
Uh,
I think it was
Bullets are
Young Guns
expensive.
where they used a shotgun to shoot dimes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I remember there was a reference to it in one of the video games I've played in the past. Anyway.
Does roasted garlic work? No, I'm kidding.
Roasted garlic.
Put garlic in the shotgun
All right,
barrel.
We're going to the grocery store. Uh-oh.
Who did we lose?
What?
Sour.
Sour.
No.
She's in the void.
Not the only sane one.
I don't know what just happened to my computer, but hi, I'm back.
All right.
Welcome back.
Back.
Welcome back.
We were concerned.
What was this computer? What are these computer problems? What is going on?
Yeah, it's
Just
not
the
like we
typical
started on
Tuesday
time or anything.
problems.
Usually that
Yeah.
happens if we start on time.
I just assume it's a solar flare and move on.
That's a good cover.
Anyway, Salvador is lamenting a bunch of life choices, and then he's like, well, if we can't do that with the bullets, then if we can't jam it into the gun, it's probably going to jam my specific guns. If I had a shotgun, we'd be in business.
I mean, yeah.
But and he'll take off his shoe and take off one of his socks, fill it with the quarters, and just like, this is backup just in case.
It
Puts his shoe back on.
will that work? I mean, it's more
Are
of
you
a
gonna-
mace.
This is an oh shit button. This is not a like I think this is gonna work.
I'm gonna put the silver in them one way or another.
For your sake, I hope it works. Takes a turn.
We'll see.
Meanwhile, in the Michael Vivian car, what kind of conversations are going on?
It is like probably the most quiet, awkward ride ever.
He's definitely kind of mad, but he's also he's still kind of seething over what happened with Aloysius. But
Vivian's just watching the road.
He didn't do anything though. He was just making out with his girl. What's to be upset about?
yeah. But he has a hypothesis that is running through his brain right now.
Oh, do tell.
That hypothesis is, and I don't know if you want me to roll for this or not, since he still actually recently used eidetic memory to recall everything about runes, because, you know, old elf lady, and she explained everything to him. His thought process is, would something marked with the rune of death potentially work on these things?
I have a
Well,
question after this, but later.
The the mythology of vampires does talk about them being repelled by crosses, and the cross is essentially the death rune.
Mm-hmm.
So it would not be an unreasonable thing to try.
Okay.
You're not going to know for sure if it will work or not because you weren't really for sure
Test
that
the
vampires were a real
hypothesis.
thing.
Yeah.
Until quite recently.
Follow-up question. Vivian thinking, do all of the myths mention sunlight being bad for them?
I think the vast majority of them do, yes.
Fantastic.
My
Now,
question is
how bad varies.
My question is this the same day that we gave Auntie Jin the runes, or the next
Yes.
day?
It's the
Very
same
long
day.
No, there's only 2 hours left in this day, though.
Okay, because I'm sitting here, I'm like, wait.
Vivian
Did
is
we
going to
just-
be wrecked when
Is
she
this
goes
the
to breakfast
same
tomorrow.
damn day? I
Yes.
was like, Jesus Christ. Vivian's gonna look like a zombie.
Oh yeah, Vivian's going to look like hammered dog poo when she goes to breakfast in the morning. She is going to show up, probably injured if things go poorly, but she is showing up.
What happened to you? Vampires.
You're covered in blood and soot. What happened? Vampires burned the hotel down.
That's why I had to ask the question, because for some reason I was sitting there, I was like, wait, I don't think he said it's next day.
Nope. So I did that last week. I was like, is this the following day? Did I miss breakfast?
It's the same day.
We've been here the whole time.
The whole time.
We found out that it's actually looping. We're just looping.
Oh,
I hate that.
no.
And don't give Jason any.
Every day is Tuesday.
God damn it.
That's a Delta Green game I'm gonna put to the side.
You're
We got a
welcome.
point for later.
Anyway,
I did what needed to be done.
you arrive at the hotel.
Okay.
Again.
Teak and Salvador are having this conversation about how to use the fucking silver coins. We're still having the conversation as we step out of the
couldn't
vehicle.
possibly fire a quarter through a shotgun.
Well, the trick is I have
Maybe we can
I
get
have
one of
a-
the smaller ones in.
The trick is I have a rifle, which is a much smaller barrel than a shotgun.
Yeah,
It'd
we have
probably
to like.
fit like a quarter. I think a quarter would be superheated enough to go through fast enough.
But you'd only probably have it like once, because then the barrel would go.
Yeah, exactly. That's fine. If it's one and done, I'm good with that. As long as it lands.
Just Looney Tunes the barrel here.
Meanwhile,
Just
Michael to
hearing this.
Vivian, do I want to know?
Hey, do you think this
Don't
mace
know.
of corridors will work?
I hope we don't come to that point. How did your guys' evening go?
I crippled a vampire.
Huh?
Oh, good, they're all over.
They sure are. I get the feeling this isn't going to stay in the bag for very long, and he taps the duffel bag.
Does anyone happen to have a crucifix by chance?
Let me just look in my. No!
I think it would only work if you actually have
Salvador?
true faith in the symbol.
Hang on. I'm gonna make a roll for if Salvador would have it, which means I have to actually get on roll 20. This family's highly religious.
That's
Teak
fair
is
enough.
not.
Well, a lot of strange folk have a
Just gonna
very
roll a
strained
D100.
relationship with
Right.
the Catholic
Go
Church.
from there.
And probably the Orthodox
Yeah,
as well.
elves not most of all.
Elves seem to have enough guilt to be Catholic.
Yeah.
That's just your family of elves.
All right, you're taking forever. I'm gonna roll my dice. Oh, never mind.
Just imagine the Pope is an elf now.
Elf Pope!
He will forever be on the throne.
57. That is over 50.
Yes, it is.
Is what I was going for.
It's 7 over 50.
Sure is. Yeah, Salvador goes in his pocket. I mean, I got this one. Does that count?
It's enough, I suppose. It's a
He-
it's a
Tinkle.
hypothesis that I have. that creatures of the of undeath might be affected by the rune of death, which is basically, and he gestures to the crucifix.
While this conversation is going on, Teak has climbed into the back of the Maltese and whipped out the chair and sets it down on the ground. Who wants steaks?
No, remember, Leo had already broken the chair up and was carving on the legs on the trip. So
Yeah,
Leo was
Leo's,
doing it all the
Leo's
way.
with you, and he's got four
Yeah,
steaks.
That's right.
prepared.
Yeah.
How
This-
good are you guys
This
at
night is
hand to
really
hand?
weird.
I'm okay at it, but like if you're better at it than I am.
Not great at using any kind of weapon.
Kind of like using a knife, and he like holds the steak out. I guess I could make it work. Just have to aim specifically for the heart.
Easier
If
said
that
than
does work. Yeah. All right, well, better safe.
There's a doorman at the hotel that's just watching all of this.
Uh
He's just standing out the door like, what are they doing?
huh. It's like a 1920s
Teak waves.
version of a scene from
Teak
Underworld.
waves.
It's like, you're not visibly showing a lot of weapons other than the stakes and the sock
Uh-huh.
full of quarters.
He doesn't know it's quarters.
That's true.
It's just a sock.
It's just a sock
The
that has,
jingly
like,
jangly sock.
Yeah, it could be beans.
Is this a human? Is the doorman a human?
Yes, you're in a mostly
Okay.
human part of town.
Okay, so that's like just these strange folk and a human, like just having a weird conversation in the parking lot.
We really should have pulled into the side lot to have this discussion.
It's fine.
Do it now.
What is our plan, anyways?
And don't forget, it is raining. It's been storming most of the night.
Aside from getting pneumonia.
Well,
let's
we're not getting that. We're going inside.
The doorman opens the door for you. So he's clearly
you,
decided
sir.
he is not security exactly. He will let the front desk manager handle this.
We'll tip him $5.
In those days, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Now he knows y'all are up to something.
But
But he guesses
While they're
that's
walking in-
none of his business.
While walking in, Vivian's like, maybe when's your break? Maybe you should take a break.
It should
Pats
be
him on the
coming up.
shoulder.
It should be coming up. I think I
man.
will take a break.
there's a
That
really
just-
good diner on the other side of town that I recommend.
So he shuts the door behind you and then hustles off.
I'm sorry. This just gives me the vibe of like that very first John Wick movie where he's like, "Hey, maybe you should take a break," before he storms the like spa area.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "Yeah, all right, sure."
Hey, a movie
I'm
I
out.
haven't seen.
Hmm?
What?
That's neither here nor there. Come on.
I know,
Yeah.
but
It just gave me that vibe.
Mhm.
So y'all are inside. The man at the front desk looks up. He has
Mhm.
about the same reaction that the doorman had. Like, oh,
We're not visibly
Stakes are
carrying
hidden.
anything.
I'd say the stakes are hidden at this point.
Yeah, the stakes
Yeah,
are
yeah.
pocketed at this point.
the stakes are not high.
Hello.
and,
Mine's well done.
It's a shame Sarah got muted just now.
Well deserved.
I'll take it.
Time out.
But so he looks up. May I help you?
Everyone's looking at Michael.
Y'all all look at Michael, so the guy focuses on Michael.
Yes. Is the manager in at present? Their supervisor, rather.
I'm in charge of in the evenings.
Lovely. Are you aware of what our group handles amongst the city?
His eyes go kind of like it hadn't clicked with him.
Until just now.
His reaction was just, "That's a bunch of strange folk rolling in here late at night." And then when you say that, it kind
Oh.
of clicks. Oh, yes, I have seen you in the paper.
Yes. Unfortunately, our official capacity brings us here tonight.
Oh. What?
Tika's reached up and stolen a mint.
The guy's distracted enough. You don't really have any trouble with it. It's just kind of,
He's going for them
a normal day, he would
complimentary
slap your
pens
hand.
yet.
Those are for guests. Official capacity. Well, what sort of trouble is happening then?
The kind that very well may be feeding upon your guests.
We haven't had any guests come up missing though.
Poor
Not quite.
employees.
Not quite missing per se.
Anemic?
Woozy, feeling
Faint?
weak, faint.
I haven't heard any of the guests complain. One of the housekeeping staff has been a little under the weather the last little while.
Is there a particular room this staff member frequents?
Well, it's the housekeeping staff. She cleans all sorts of rooms.
Yes, but
I mean, from the penthouse down about oh no, I guess about
do
3
you
floors
perhaps
down.
know what her last floor is before this housekeeping staff member begins to feel weak or faint and might need a break?
No, not off the top of my head. Should I call the police?
We have done so already.
Oh, okay. Are we just waiting on them then?
No.
Threats of a more monstrous nature they tend to leave to our discretion as of late.
I see. I'll leave it to the experts, I guess. We have a few security, a few men working security overnight. Should I gather them up? Are we going to search floor by floor? Or?
Michael glances to the rest of the crew, is like, what's your thought on that idea?
The problem, the risk we have with searching floor by floor is that if we are off by enough, it will tip these individuals off.
And if one group gets attacked, the other group will not know.
Do you this was on the job. Did this did this housekeeping staff like make some kind of report about it or something?
Not like an official report. She had she told some of her coworkers, and the manager that was on duty at the time, that she was feeling a little under the weather.
Okay.
Can I do a spot to see if anybody's looking at us?
Sure. I'm sure everyone is.
No, I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
But like anyone.
Hey.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So everybody in the foyer is watching you.
That
Is it like
that tracks.
is it
But
Does any of them?
there's only about 3 people in the foyer, so.
Okay. And none of them
Tyler
seem
has-
like they're going to like in a rush to go upstairs or anything like that.
No, it's this guy. It's probably somebody that you assume is one of the security guys he was probably talking about.
Michael does go, considering this is us operating in an official capacity, may I bother you to open up your guest book for me, please?
Mm,
We do have one name. and that might lead us
True.
to the others.
We're supposed to we sort of ensure our clients, our guests' privacy.
Well, but when one of those guests might be a danger to the other guests, wouldn't it be a mistake not to keep the other guests safe?
You make a point, ma'am.
Reaches over, kind of gently pats him on the arm. You can just nod or shake your head if you'd like.
Oh, okay. He takes the book out and he's looking at the book, and then like looking.
Is there a gentleman, probably fairly recently, has acquired a room at your establishment? White suit, southern accent, peanut farm, goes by the name Aloysius. Was it Colwell?
Kolchak.
Kolchak.
No, there's no one here by that name. Is there any
Anyone
other
that
name?
knows Elvish?
Is there any other name you need me to check?
I'm gonna insight that reaction. See it like did he?
I'm getting in on
over?
that.
He glazed.
Okay. Yeah. Michael sighs and goes, I see.
Tell me, who's rented the penthouse?
It's empty at the moment. Under renovations.
Same reaction.
Yeah.
Damn.
She's looking for that glazing.
Oh yeah. He glazed over that
Yeah.
time too.
Does it feel like he's like just a regular affable person, and then they mention like a location and a person, and he just kind of like washes over?
He glazes over, gets a little bit more monotone,
and
then as soon as that's passed, it's back to normal.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, I caught it when you did that the first time.
Yeah, me too.
And I went. That's why I went.
Hold up.
Wait.
Salvador
Well-
wouldn't know that. Jeremy does.
I would say.
Well,
Let's say Eric noticed it, and that's also something because of Michael's official capacity as a lawyer, something he would also take note of.
then we'll just look around then. We won't make any noise. We won't be of any trouble. We could be entirely wrong. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Very gently pats his shoulder again.
he shuts the book and sticks it back on the counter. Oh yes, I mean, please do not, try not to disturb the guests. But if
No,
there's
of
some
course
danger, by
not.
all means.
Of course.
I'll give him like $2 in quarters and see what happens.
Does his hand start burning?
It does not. Thank you, sir.
Sorry, it was I just went to the laundromat.
Oh, of course.
I just imagine he opens the sock, reaches into the sock, pulls two quarters.
I
Kinda
put it
dumps
behind
the
my back.
One last question. Do you have a phone available?
Oh yes, he pulls one out from under the desk.
Ah,
At this point, the mint jar is gone.
you said mint jar is gone.
The mint jar is gone.
Is Teek's hat suddenly very crinkly?
Maybe.
That's fantastic.
Maybe.
Do you mind if I?
Oh no, by all means. Usually it's just for guests' use, but obviously, not a problem. If you use it.
He will. Let's see. Which we called Windburn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
they called
Windburn
Middleton.
is aware of what's going on.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
yeah,
have
he's
alerted.
He's calling them again. Like he'll like pick up the phone and like walk as far away as he can with it.
It's got a decent long cord.
3
so
feet later.
Yeah.
it's a little bit longer than that because it's long enough that you could slide it anywhere on that big desk.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
There's only the one guy behind the desk right now. There's enough room to have like 3
Mhm.
people stationed there.
I'll just chew the fat with him just as like kind of a distraction.
Mhm.
Just kind of talking about like different different things.
All 5, 6 of her will try to like interpose between the guy and Michael while Michael's talking.
Okay. Well, he's talking. He doesn't seem to be like hard to distract. He's
Yeah,
not
it's
trying to eavesdrop, but
Oh, I'm just like making like real friendly conversation, like just like I've been trained to do in the military.
all right, Michael. The Desk Sergeant Winburn Police Department answers. Winburn PD or we're good.
You might be muted.
How can I help you?
No, I was typing. I was note typing.
Oh,
Yeah. Good evening, Sergeant. You might want to get your notebook,
I've got a notepad right here.
the Anderson files.
That was Winburn that had the Anderson files. The guy.
Oh, that's who he was calling.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were calling Milton. My bad. My bad.
No. Yeah, he was calling
Hello,
Winburn.
Michael.
Yeah.
The sound of a tome.
he doesn't know the Middleton number by heart right now because he hasn't really interacted with
In that
them.
case,
Shame.
he's like, oh, 1 second. Oh, wait, never mind. They already had it here. You must have called earlier.
I did not. One of my companions did.
Ah.
So it turns out we have found the. I say found. We have very compelling evidence of the location of the nest of vampires.
Holy crap, vampires are. Oh, yeah, it's already noted down here. Yep, that must be what you called about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Hadn't read the patch notes.
Clearly, there's been a shift change since the last time you called.
Yeah, so do they have the Grand Imperial written down?
Yes. Or no, let's see. Had y'all mentioned the Grand Imperial?
I think the other group would have to the
I
Middleton.
think they would have. Because I mean, the worker was there. There's no reason for them not to mention it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, it's at least listed as where one of the victims had been working.
We have also found that the manager for the evening and potentially some of the staff are also compromised by said creatures. So if there would be any kind of confrontation that broke out, there will likely need to be medical on site, as I don't know how they will react.
How likely is there to be a confrontation? Like, do you think we need to move? Have some ambulances in the area?
It couldn't hurt.
I mean, I'll have to run this by
Considering
Middleton because they're
it's their area, yes. But considering apparently some of my fellow Beorn have already engaged one previously tonight and drove it off.
Yeah, that's marked down here.
It would not surprise me if there would be an altercation.
All right, I'll call Middleton.
Also, as a just in case, depending on what we might have to do if an protracted engagement breaks out, you might need to have the fire marshals on standby as well.
Vivian, hearing this, looks over her shoulder like, the fuck?
Okay, the guy's too distracted.
I'll roll command. That's fine.
No, he's not talking loud on the phone. That's why he walked off with it.
I'll notify Middleton that they probably want some firefighters in the area.
Thank you very much.
Is there anything else?
No, I believe that's it for right now.
All right then. Good luck out there.
Thank you. We will do what we can.
All right, so he hangs up and is undoubtedly calling Middleton.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Michael figures that this probably would be better coming from another precinct than just random guy that the Middleton precinct hasn't really dealt with yet.
Yeah.
Look, some weird shit's gonna go down. Here's what we need you to do.
Well, they
I just
dealt with it
imagine-
just a little bit because those disappearances you investigated, and the one guy did give you the coin that you gave Auntie Jen.
Yeah.
That was Middleton.
I
But
just
that's the
imagine the
only
guy-
interaction you've had with him so far.
Mm-hmm.
He calls the other precinct. It's like, you may want to start a file, but here we go.
Look, you can send someone over to copy it.
Yeah.
They got
Fax it
someone that
page
has a
by
couple
page.
days.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's like, what the?
So he does hang up there, and then because this is me, the player, not knowing, is there when you get calls? There's no way to know like who called you until they identify themselves, right?
Yeah.
It just
Caller ID.
I think there's
had
caller
for a
ID.
long time.
Okay. I didn't know if there was like some call from this number, like when or whatever. Okay.
Sometimes when the operator would connect you, they might ask who was calling so they could tell the person.
Okay. All right. So in that case, he will come back with the phone and thank you.
Oh, certainly, sir. I hope it helped.
It did. Thank you very much.
Sticks it back under the desk.
I believe that is it. For my end, he looks to everyone else.
The side eye is strong, but she doesn't say anything.
Salvador, Teak.
He just gives a thumbs up. Crunch, crunch,
Right.
crunch.
Salvador's finishing up one of those waters with the cucumber infused in it.
The hell?
Fancy.
Salvador just fucking like using like hitting the first stuff and just like.
So wait, did Salvador and Teak leave Charlie?
No.
No,
I think
you're right
Charlie's
there.
Yeah, you were in the car.
Yeah, you're right there with everybody.
Yeah, you were with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just imagining like Teak and Salvador's like, hey, Michael has completely enthralled this guy with whatever he's talking about. Let's yoink the free snacks.
Oh, God.
Why
Like,
do you
that's-
guys have 75 pens?
That's
He's
just
got
the
a
vibe I
small
have.
cup of cucumber infused water. He puts it down. He's finished. He's like, all right, I'm ready.
Gotta hydrate.
Gotta hydrate,
Hydrator done.
limber up. Correct.
All right, so where are y'all heading now?
Do we want to start at the top and work our way down?
Yeah,
Probably.
I'm assuming we are pulled off to the side so we can have our own discussion without prying ears.
Yeah. We're
Yes.
Yeah.
walking and talking in an alcove.
No, over towards the elevator or
So,
something.
Lifts
So
Teak's
I
hat,
do-
grabs a mint,
Oh.
puts Teak's hat back down.
No, Teak does this. He just like, anyone want a mint?
Drag
Did you-
line to the bowl.
did you take the entire bowl while I was talking to the manager?
Puts his, I don't know what you're talking about. Puts his hat back on.
Yes,
They're
I'll
good
have one,
mints.
thank you.
He'll hand him a mint.
Michael does take a minute. So one thing I did notice when we were speaking with him, his eyes did very noticeably glaze over, and his tone did shift to a more emotionless, sort of monotone vibe when we mentioned the name Aloysius and specifically the penthouse.
Okay.
So for right now, that seems like a decent place to start looking.
Are we taking the lift or are we going up the stairs?
How tall is this thing?
How many stories?
Yeah.
Like Dragon Con all over again.
Oh, God.
Please
About
don't
8.
remind
we'll
me.
Say, we'll say it's 8 stories tall.
That's not too bad.
Okay.
That's better than the 12?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
it
we are
was.
getting rated.
Did we try to climb 13 or
Oh,
14?
hello.
Hydrate.
I thought it was
Raid.
closer to 17, but I could be wrong.
Architects of Fate. Well, hello. Thank you for coming by.
Hello, hello.
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 Happy to have you.
We are not
Welcome
playing.
to the
Do not adjust
chaos.
your sets. This is not D&D.
Fair enough.
It's tabletop adjacent.
It is tabletop
Well,
adjacent.
it is
Actually, it's
yeah.
tabletop.
It's a tabletop RPG. It's just not
There are
D&D.
dice involved. There's math.
There's worse math. It's D100s.
Oh,
There's a
That's
kobold
bad
that has
math.
stolen a bowl of mints.
Yes, she stole a whole bowl of mints. We know.
we're all making questionable life choices, which Vivian is going to kind of bring up. Not that I'm saying we don't take care of this problem, but looking at Michael, you remember who he was with at the club?
Fortunately, yes, I am well aware.
I'm
of
just saying there could be some ramifications in our non-Beorn lives.
Considering I'm already on her radar anyway.
I just want to make sure that we're all aware of that and we try not to go full ham on this building. Maybe don't break it. Looks over at the elf with the sock of quarters.
It's in his pocket. He's not just holding it like this.
Just swinging it around.
Honestly, if the mayor does decide to get involved, well, I have more than a few things that I could say to him to make him back off.
Silly idea. How amiable do you think your brother and sister would be to the assisting?
He pauses. Rachel might already consider herself to have helped with the warning that she gave me. Adam, depending on his
Do it for the
mood,
lulz.
might decide it'd be a fun nighttime activity to fold some vampires in half like cheap lawn chairs.
Smash cut to him already doing that in the penthouse.
These guys are really flexible.
Behold the pretzel!
I made a balloon dog.
And then they just unfold
What's your
themselves.
favorite animal?
All right, so by this point, y'all have walked to the elevator and are sitting there just having a conversation. That one security guy in the foyer is kind of like peeking around the corner at you.
Vivian just gives her most charming smile.
I could go back to see if maybe they're staying here. I don't know where they're at. I have no return number to call them from.
Oh, I'll go back and see. And she just runs back over there. Pardon me, just one more question on nod or shake your head. Are there anyone from out of town, Chicago area, by the last name Anderson staying here? Very tall man, looks built like a refrigerator. Smaller woman.
And he picks up the book and flips through. Yeah, that description doesn't mean anything to him. No, I don't see any Andersons listed.
Worth a shot.
Trying to think if there would be any other fancy hotels that she could call, but time is of the essence.
Yep.
Adam didn't give any kind of like, here, if you like card thing.
No, I don't believe he did.
Okay, as I was pretty sure he didn't, but all right, thank you. Another little pat runs off.
All right. The guy that operates the elevator is just standing with the door open.
Top floor?
Yes.
Or penthouse floor?
Penthouse floor.
He tells you, the penthouse is under reservations. We're not supposed to run anybody up there.
he glaze over too?
He did not.
Everybody's.
Oh, he did not.
No, he did not.
Okay.
But the guy at the front desk did glaze over
Mhm.
when
When
said there
yeah,
were renovations.
Yes.
probably because they don't need to charm everyone else. They're like, oh, the boss said, hey, it's under renovations. No one can go up there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, blast.
So yeah, and the
the
guy's like, so if your friends are there on the top floor, it's probably really the top regular floor before you get up to the penthouse.
You can go up there.
They did
It
say
doesn't matter.
specifically they were in the penthouse, sir.
Oh,
They might have been mistaken, though. You can just take us to the highest floor.
Oh, sure.
Appreciate you.
Oh.
Vivian, like, we can take the stairs.
I'm not sassy or anything, but are you sure they didn't tell you the wrong hotel? Maybe. Y'all get in. He pushes the little lever. The elevator starts in.
I guess we'll find out. But it's not a huge deal. There's plenty of hotels in the area.
Yeah.
So my brain, watch Adam already be there, folding vampires like lunch.
He's at the other hotel. While they're in the elevator, she's going to make small talk with the elevator guy. You must see a lot of people come and go.
Oh, yeah. Well, he probably wouldn't be quite that casual because he's, y'all might be guessing. He doesn't know. Yes, ma'am. There's quite a few people come through here. Not as many on the overnight shift.
Always fun to hear accents from out of town. I used to travel a bit, and going to a different town and hearing the accents, there's a whole thing. Bit of a culture shock almost.
Oh, yes, ma'am. We've had all sorts of people from foreign countries through here. Other parts, other states, of course.
Oh, any fun states recently?
Let's see. We had a fellow from Boston. They've got quite a fun accent.
Oh, yes.
Salvador kicking the ground right now.
Salvador hasn't spoken to this guy yet, though.
Salvador, no, he has not.
Okay.
But he canonically has that accent from that area.
He goes, "Oh, we had a fella. It sounds like he's from the South."
They have just... They're either very articulate or very unintelligible.
He was pretty articulate.
Really?
That means easy to understand, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. He was very, very. He sounded educated. He just also sounded like he was from the South.
Yes. Snappy dresser, probably. I've met quite a few folks from down there. They definitely have a sense of fashion.
Yeah, he had that whole plantation owner look to him.
Really?
I mean, the white suit. I mean.
Yes.
Like
Kind of. Wait, is KFC a thing yet?
No.
Did he look like the Colonel?
Well, he's not old, or doesn't look old.
Yeah. Is he staying here, just visiting someone?
I think he's staying here. I've seen him multiple times.
I bet you if he had the penthouse free, he'd probably be up there. But bunches of fun people. Probably an interesting job. Probably hear all kinds of gossip, but I know you can't talk about it.
Yeah, we're not really supposed to gossip about guests. I mean, obviously we do amongst ourselves. But...
Of course. What's work if you can't gossip about the customers?
And he gets you to the. I said it was 8 stories tall.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So he gets you to about the 7th floor then.
Thank you for your time.
Oh, of course. I assume everybody files out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, we at least know he's here. Or has been here.
You hear the elevator start back down.
Should have said that once the elevator left.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I assumed.
Just making eye contact with the guy. Well, now we know he's here.
Thank you for your information. Now leave.
You're not the Beorn you're looking for.
Well, looking like up and down the hallway, is there stairs up to the next floor?
There is a stairwell close to the elevator. Yes.
Well, see if we can get up to the penthouse or if it's really under renovation.
Well,
Guess we can find out.
the trick is if it's under renovation, then that means that they have probably done something to make it look like they're under renovation. So it might be a slug getting up there.
Won't know until we go look. Opens up the stairwell door, just enough to kind of peek in it. Well, opens it enough to listen first.
All right, give me a roll.
I'll get in on that.
I will too. If I can find it.
What are we rolling?
Success.
Just listen.
Listening.
Just imagine it's the Three Stooges moment. Doink, 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 doink.
Yep,
Oh,
the-
like through.
The head's on the corner.
I do not hear it.
Special.
Nice.
Hey!
I also
I-
just don't hear much of anything.
I do not have special ears.
My elven ears hear something.
Tell me,
All right,
Laylis, what are your
Salvador,
elven ears here?
This is what your elven ears hear.
Yeah.
You hear just a slight little scratching sound coming from behind the door that she's opened.
From the other side of the door?
Yeah, Vivian opens the door. It's like, it's like sticking her head in. Everybody else is listening behind her. Yeah, it's like the other side of the door. You hear this slight little scratching sound.
Like, I can't hear it, but rodent scratching?
Like a dog?
We got a pet.
No, we don't.
Look, this is what Salvador hears. He can react as he pleases.
Salvador, there's no guests. It's like midnight, so it's like 3 a.m. So there's no guests around, right?
It's after 10.
Okay. Still, there's no guests around.
Not up here on this floor. You don't see anybody right around you.
We'll draw iron and investigate.
Rifles out of bag. So you step.
No. Pistol.
No, you step past Vivian and look around the door.
If she sees him coming forward, she'll move to the side.
There is quite a large rat behind the door.
Delicious.
That is.
It's like he was kind of scooting out of the way as the door swung open.
Is it like? How big are we talking? Are we talking like small dog, or are we talking like?
Not quite small dog, but it's a big rat.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a good old fashioned city rat.
Gotcha. Like a good old New York rat. Got it.
It could drag a slice of pizza away with no problem.
It will take your lunch money.
It probably will.
Well, it has to feed its turtle children, so you know.
That's fair. That's fair.
So you all see Salvador pull his gun and like go, and he's like, "It's a fucking rat." Like he wouldn't say fucking, but it's a rat.
Oh.
Never mind.
Is it just like chilling there? Is it like doing anything once it sees us?
Salvador, when you peek around the corner, it just sort of freezes.
Is it staying there?
Yeah, like I said, it froze for a second. It's like
Weird.
Well, there's nowhere really for it to run. It was up against the door.
Well, that's a human response. It's not a rat response. Rats scurry off immediately. Guess they shouldn't be out in the light either.
Maybe it was stuck in the stairwell and was trying to move on.
I will enter the room and or the stairwell and like keep it in eyesight. Is it like still staying still?
it's slowly.
Like we're all
moving.
very suspicious of this rat.
It's slowly moving over towards the door. And then it tries to get in, like, where the hinges are. It's trying to slip through there to get, like, into the hallway area.
Tinkle, try and grab it.
Okay.
Jeez, we're getting a pet!
No. I'm about to ask another question once he tries. I doubt he's going to.
Maybe his vaccines have been invented
Nope.
yet?
Teak tries and fails.
So you reach for it. It kind of snaps at you, and it's running down the hallway.
I don't like that.
My next question was going to be: is there a window?
Oh God.
In the stairwell.
Just punt it down the snow. We do not advocate this. We're under the estimation that it is a vampire in disguise.
Yeah.
Rats are wonderful creatures.
Yes.
They raise
They're so good at spreading
4
disease.
turtles.
I don't like that, but there's nothing we can do about it now. Come on, let's go.
See, also eyeball the rat. Just see if anything from her misspent youth of reading vampire novels pops up.
With a success, you seem to remember reading some vampire story or other where they could control certain creatures, bats, rats, wolves, that sort of thing. I think that's straight.
Were there ever any?
That's straight out of Dracula, where he talks about his children of the night.
Yeah.
Ever any indication of them being controlled, like a visual clue, a collar, eye color?
You don't recall anything like that.
Okay. She's gonna keep an eyeball on it, just while they're walking around, to make sure it acts like a normal rat. If they see more rats, then she's gonna get a little suspicious.
Okay. Are any of the rest of you doing anything about the suspicious rat? Like it's just running down the hallway away from you, kind of like you'd expect a rat to do.
Okay. If it's taking off like a rat at this point, it's like, okay, fine.
Maybe it got in when they were doing renovations. If they're doing renovations, maybe it's a snack.
Or a scout.
More what I'm thinking.
All kinds of exciting things, she says, going up the stairs.
He's going upstairs too.
Yep.
I will be right back, phone.
I will be in the front. I'll be up front, kind of leading the charge, but I am emphasizing caution and quiet on the way up.
That sounds like stealth rolls for everybody.
It sure does.
Things
No.
I'm not great at.
Nope.
So I'll use my 5 power points, didn't fall down the stairs because I pass out. No, I will not be doing that.
Alright, so y'all aren't necessarily stomping around like elephants or anything.
Jesus.
But
oh wait, no, wrong one.
The stairwell is very echoey.
There it is.
Yeah. Freaking soft padded foot Salvador over here.
Well, he is an elf. Of course, so's Charlie.
It's Teak's claws. It's Teak's claws that mess with him.
Through his shoes? So yeah, y'all go up the next stairwell. Like I said, you're not exactly, well, other than Salvador, the party as a whole is not exactly quiet. Yeah, but you get up at the next door.
Salvador will try the door.
Okay, well, it's unlocked.
And then this is all the way up top. This is as high as we're getting, penthouse level.
Yeah. It's just roof above you. And there's like pipes running through the, around the roof, but yeah, and down the stairwell and all that. But
All right.
this is not an area meant for guests unless there's an emergency.
Sure. All right, guys. Be careful. And let's I overheard that little bit about the fire department, so let's save that as a last resort. Yeah?
We'll see if it's needed.
Salvador in his head, it's definitely needed. And he enters quietly.
You slide the door open.
Yep.
And a swarm of rats comes pouring through the open door.
I came back to pouring through the open door, and I am concerned.
Rats are pouring through the open door.
Ah!
Let's see.
Very ladylike shriek.
Dodge roll?
Hold on just one moment. Which I think would be a good...
She's fine with one rat, but enough to constitute pouring of rats? No.
This is a pouring of rats. Someone even called it a flood of rats.
A deluge
swarm,
of
if you will.
rats.
Everybody give me a luck roll.
Luck?
Fuck.
Luck?
Normal?
Where is
Yes,
luck?
this is normal.
Up in the characteristics table next to power.
It's up next to POW, yeah.
Power.
Teak is now surfing with the rats.
He's been carried away.
Wow.
He's the next rat king. Roll for bubonic plague.
Can we up luck if we do good?
No.
No, that's not how those work. Those rolls.
Oh no, there's
No.
a little checkbox, so that's why I was asking.
That would be, I think, for magical powers.
Gotcha. Okay.
Let's see where it is. All right. Did anybody get a special? Because
Negative.
No.
all right.
You can't do specials on these rolls.
Oh, that's right.
I got an 18.
All right. In that case, everybody that got a success can react normally, while everybody else is going to be too surprised. Just one moment. Gotta swap somebody over to a different level.
Populate the rats.
Kind of, yeah. That way they'll show up in the initiative tracker. Alright, so top, we're in initiative order. If you failed your roll, you don't get to act this this initial round. If you succeeded, you'll act on your normal initiative. Let's see, how did Vivian do? Vivian succeeded.
I passed.
How large is this swarm of rats again, like size-wise?
There's something like that, not counting their tail.
I mean, like, floor
There's enough
space.
rats that they seem to be pouring through and just swarming around your ankles.
I didn't ask how big the room was. I said,
Teak's legs.
Teak is waist high and rat. Which is a phrase you never want to hear.
Have you ever seen the movie Willard when the elevator opens and he's shoulder deep in rats and they go pouring out?
Nope.
No, but I
Yes.
hate that visual already.
I've seen it.
Don't worry, they were CGI rats. The big, enormous rat, as big as a cat that he was holding and petting, that was a real rat. That was a Gambian pouch rat.
Watermelon-sized rat.
Ben.
Yep. I remember.
All right,
Okay,
top of the
then.
order, what is Vivian doing?
Freaking out, but
Jumping up on the
Man.
handrail is a suitable action.
she'd probably be pretty damn close to it because she's probably in a skirt. Oh, jeez. Okay. She doesn't want to fire or anything. She's gonna try and kick the rats out of the way. Are they like attacking them? Are they just trying to move around them?
Hard to say for sure. Probably should assume attacking.
Fantastic. She doesn't have a knife. Ah, fuck. She's gonna try kicking them. Well, she'll pull a gun and fire at a rat. Sure, why not?
All right, give me a roll. It is a difficult roll.
Because of their size, or
Yes, and the fact that you're fighting a swarm.
That's fair. It didn't give me the option to do difficult, but I failed anyway, so hey.
Difficult then would be minus 20.
Okay. Oh, and I'm still not completely healed from the last fight. Fantastic.
Nope.
It is fantastic. All right, next up would be Leo. Yeah, we're not gonna worry about him. Since the player's not here.
I think we should worry about him. Grappling a rat.
Who is this random?
I can see it.
Oh, that's.
I think that's Charlie.
That's probably Charlie. Yeah.
It is I should hopefully probably be going next.
All right, Charlie. Yes, you got a success.
Yep, you got a
on
16.
So yep, you can go.
Hold on a quick second. Alrighty.
So Vivian has pulled her pistol and fired into the rats, but doesn't seem to have done anything.
I just kind of want to shoo them away from me.
Wake up
What
everyone in the building.
Huh?
Oh, I
Yeah,
hope there's no one beneath us. Are we?
So how do I do that? Would it be like a brawl to kind of scoot them away with my foot, like just trying to?
Well, there's lots and lots of them.
Yeah, and I'm just.
So yeah, go ahead. If you just sort of kicking them away from you, the ones closest to you, trying to kick them away. Go ahead. And
yeah, that's all I want to do.
Again, you're basically at minus 20 or plus 20.
I failed anyway.
Minus 20 to your score. So okay.
All
right. Then it's the rats go. All right, there are 10 packs.
10?
So, dumb question. If you
Flamboyant
were using
area.
if you're using a power, your initiative would be your int, right?
That is correct.
I would have been going on an 18.
If you were going to use the power.
Oh, I was.
All right, then go ahead and go.
Did you?
I'm gonna be targeting the largest concentration of rats that is not immediately surrounding us.
Oh boy.
Okay. So basically the back of the flood.
Yeah.
This place is on fire.
Not yet.
Specifically, I will be utilizing 3 power points.
Okay.
I will BRB since I'm surprised anyway.
Yep.
Which will do 3 fire damage to as many swarms fit into a size 3 area.
Good. Now the rats are on fire running at us.
Or it disperses a solid chunk
God.
of them.
How'd the hotel burn down, gang?
We don't know. We were in Detroit.
Guys, we gotta skip town.
All right. Ah, there we are. Right back. All right. Each pack consists of 10 rats. Each successful attack does. Oh, it's their attack. All right. Do they get any sort of defensive roll versus your ability?
Nope. It's just if they're in the area, boom. The only
Whoa, a
defense
fire
they would
ran behind
have
you.
would be like if they were wearing some kind of thermal resistant armor.
Okay.
They've got on hoodies.
They're wearing
All
little
right.
juice
So
box cartons.
several rats burst into flame.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's plenty of them not burning, but there's also plenty of them burning.
Yeah.
You said it was how big an area?
Size 3.
Well, size 3 is not very big though.
Yeah, it's the
To be fair, it
base
is a hallway.
power. Yeah.
Well,
So
keep in mind, a
basically,
person is size.
well, when it comes to area, it's like the size is like a square.
Okay, so about 3.
So it's basically a 3 square line, and however many swarms are in that line are getting hit.
Yeah, so you catch maybe 30 rats on fire.
Good lord.
You know, which is a noticeable chunk of the swarm, but not the majority of it by any means.
Wasn't about to hit his friends with it. If you could help it.
All right. So yeah, the ones that catch on fire, they just start scattering as much as they can.
Mm-hmm.
The hallway's a little crowded with rats, though. All right. So then they would have gone. Then Sarah and them would have gone. Sarah and Rappy would have gone. So yeah, now it's the rats. But on the bright side, you have diminished the number of rats. So there are 7 packs left.
Jesus.
Yeah, I took out 3 of them.
That is fucking terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So that is what time? 5. All right. So let's see. Vivian, 1 pack tries to bite you. With a 47, it fails. Teak, a pack is trying to attack you.
Oh, of course.
They're going for your mints!
Immense!
A 79, it's a failure.
Yay. I protected my mints.
Pack's going after Michael. Ooh, with a... No, it's not a 1, it's a 10. So that's probably not a special. Let me see. No, about 2 or so. But it is a hit.
Whoa, a rat be upon ye.
Be upon ye.
Are you going to take any... are you going to try to dodge it or anything?
Is there anything I could do against a swarm?
You can dodge.
you
try,
can
you know, try
dodge
to
it.
avoid it. You can dodge a swarm, but you can't parry a swarm.
Yeah, I was about to ask about that. Because my dodge isn't great. But better to make the attempt than to not make the attempt at all. No.
Okay. In that case, you take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Uh, Salvador.
They're going after
That's
me.
a failure. So that's 4. So there's 3 more packs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Charlie. Oh, that's about to forget Charlie. All right, Charlie. You're getting attacked by rats. They're going to succeed in biting you unless you dodge.
Okay, so I could dodge. I don't have anything in dodge though.
You should.
Dodge is 2 times your dex.
Yeah.
Okay,
think
so
it'd be
my dex
32
is
for you.
16, so 32. I just
Yeah.
never had anything in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I fumbled.
Oof.
Ooh, a fumble. Well, the ones attacking you, you take 2 points of damage. As rats are biting you. All about the ankles. But you stumble back from them with your fumble, and you trip, and you go down in a pile of rats.
Oh no.
Okay.
So that's 5 of the 7. So there's 2 packs left. And I'm going to say they swarm over Charlie because, you know, convenient target. 27 will be a hit. So that's another 3 points of damage. And a 68 is not a hit. And now it's just a mass of rats around you. You know, those of you that are still in the stairwell, they're out there with you. Those that have stepped through the door, you know. Let's see. Salvador had missed his roll, I think.
Huh? I flubbed my roll, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Eric went earlier. Let's see. Did Teak make his roll?
Nope.
All right, so he doesn't get to act this round. Oh wait, Vivian used her gun, didn't she?
Yep, I would have gotten another shot.
So you can fire
possibly.
again on an 11.
Fired and I missed.
Well, I would have missed. Because if it's difficult still.
Yeah, that's just a horde thing.
Yep.
So yeah, that 66 would become a 46. Yep.
Dang it.
And then you go again on a 6.
She's gonna stop shooting. She's not having much luck, and she's now concerned. Is there a room beneath us?
Well, you're either still standing in the stairwell or you're standing in the hallway.
Still, it's also probably making a lot of noise. Not that you know us.
Yes, the stairwell is very echoey.
Not that
As we
us, you know,
established.
getting attacked by rats isn't probably making a lot of noise. Just with her going, "Ah, yeah."
That's fair.
Again, 1 rat is fine. 16,000 rats is a bit much.
Back to the top of the order though is Vivian.
She's gonna try and kick a rat. What would that be?
Brawl.
Sure.
Special.
Even with the difficulty, I think that would still be right at.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be. Yeah, right. It wouldn't be a special, but yeah.
I love it.
So yeah, you kick through the swarm. You see 2 rats go over the side and fall down. You know, or maybe you kick them back into the stairwell, causing the
Panic
pack
mode now.
and it causes the pack they're part of to scatter. So now there's only 6 packs left. Charlie, you're still surrounded by rats. Oh wait, you're on the ground.
Yeah, and I'm getting up.
You're covered in rats. Yeah, there's nothing the rats really can do to prevent you from standing back up. So that's not a problem.
And I'm gonna try to kick them away again.
All right, give me a brawl. All right, but it's difficult to hit them, so that's -20. So you need a 9 for success.
Which I don't.
Okay. Right. Michael, you weren't using a power this round, were you?
No.
So then it's the rats go. We have 6 packs left. So everybody gets 1, and then some lucky sucker gets an extra. Vivian.
You get a rat. Yay!
That's a miss.
Okay.
That's a miss. Michael. That's a miss. Charlie. That's a miss. And Salvador. That's a miss. Roll a d6 to who gets the next one. Vivian.
Hey.
And that's a miss.
No. I feel bad for the rats now.
I don't.
Yeah,
They're trying their best.
Skill with their attacking is based on how many packs there are involved in the fight. So as you eliminate packs, it gets harder and harder for them to really do anything.
Oh, so me nuking 3 right off the bat was probably good.
Yes, they'd have been rolling 50-50 chance at full numbers.
Okay.
But you dropped them to 35.
Good to know.
Salvador.
Dipping and dodging and diving. Salvador will say, well, they know we're here. And just fire into another swarm of rats.
Okay, give me a roll. Remember that it is difficult.
I believe that still hits.
So the 80 would become 60.
Which still hits, but isn't special.
Correct. You'd have to have a 12 or lower for it to be special. Not that it really matters fighting a swarm.
Sure.
Like,
just
there's not even like hit points. It's just a successful attack.
Yeah, I'm just dispersing them.
Yeah. That's another swarm's worth of them that run off. Eric.
Yeah, I'm gonna smack the swarm that's on me.
Okay.
Get him off.
Get it off, get it off, get it off.
Okay.
That's Vivian right now.
Let's see, 70. So you need a 50. You got a 41. So, yep, that's another one gone.
That I'll say that did also trigger the judo one as well. So I don't know if that's 2 swarms or if it's just another D3 onto the swarm I just dispersed.
Yeah, the judo just adds would be adding to damage, I think.
All right, just want to make sure.
Right. Teak.
Teak's kicking a rat.
All right, kick a rat.
Hey.
Remember though, it's difficult, so you're at -20.
Oh.
So instead of a 30% chance, you have a 10% chance, and you rolled a 15.
Okay. Sorry. Yep. Then never mind.
Let's see. Vivian was not using a gun. I think only Salvador used a gun this round, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So Salvador goes again on a 7.
I sure will. That one is a miss.
Salvador only has the 2 attacks, correct?
Yeah.
All right, back to the top of the order. Vivian.
Hey, the kicking a rat worked pretty good. We're going to try it again.
Okay.
This is becoming less of a tidal wave and more of like where I can kind of scoot through, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
We did not successfully kick a rat this round.
All right, Charlie.
Going to try. Let's see. Again. Nope. Failed.
And then the rats. We now have 4. So let me roll to see who's not going to get attacked this go. All right, so Vivian does not get attacked this time. A 16 will hit you. You may dodge if you wish. Teak.
Peek.
Sorry. Say again.
You can. You're getting bit. You can dodge if you want.
Okay. Hey.
Right, you do not get bitten. Michael. Let's see, a 45. No, that's too low. That's a failure. Or is that too high? Charlie. That's a 90. They definitely not hitting you. And Salvador. A 94. All right. Then it is Salvador.
Salvador is moving to the rifle and is going inside the room.
Okay, well, into the hallway.
Into the hallway, yeah. Is anybody coming our way?
Not that you see.
Okay. Then I will scoot back and fire into a crowd of rats.
Give me a roll.
I believe that still hits.
Let's see, 83. So you need 73. You need a 63. So yeah, 35 still hits. And it's another swarm of rats dispersed.
They're wasting our time.
Eric.
Clicks the thing.
Or Michael.
Yeah, he's gonna try to disperse the swarm that's on Vivian,
Okay.
which is a success. So
Well, actually,
it's
she had dispersed the one on her. That's why she didn't get attacked this go round.
I thought there was another one. Okay. So
No,
yeah,
she was the one that didn't get
attacked.
attacked this round. So.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So he's gonna disperse the one that's on him then.
All right, so you need a 70. You need a 50, yeah. So a 38. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The rats are larger. There's like 20 rats still running around. But...
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty still running around, but they're running away.
Mm-hmm.
There's about 20 still engaged with you. Teak.
Yeah.
Can Teak make his way towards Salvador?
Yes. Yeah, there's not enough rats now to really prevent you or hinder your movement anyway.
Yep, Teak's going to go that way. And if he can kick a rat, he'll kick a rat on the way.
Okay, go ahead and give me your brawl.
Nope.
You're not getting bad
I'm
rolls,
rolling the roll.
But your brawl is just so low.
I know. Teak just didn't want to shoot guns yet.
Teak is a lover, not a fighter.
Oh, yeah, right.
By which I mean a lover of guns.
Even though his strength is his highest thing because he has a negative in dexterity or stamina or whatever it is. Agility.
All right. Salvador is shooting, so he can take another shot.
He shall. Still got it.
Excellent. All right. Then it brings us back to the top of the order, I believe. Which is Vivian.
Rat punt.
All right, punt a rat.
Nope.
Charlie, show her how it's done. Rappy.
Yes. Let's brawl again. I don't want to be shooting guns.
Do it.
Nope.
Guess we got to take a bunch of high kicking dance classes.
Yeah, we're gonna
Alright, so
have.
When
last
were the
four of
Rockettes?
rats. Ooh, who are they going to
The
get?
Rockets.
1, 2, 3. Michael.
Founded in 1925. I'm just saying we could do it.
What was founded in 25?
1925, the Rockettes. They'd be great at rat kicking.
I was thinking about, Irish step dancing.
Could also work.
Or tap, anything.
What's the Russian dance? The
Know what you're talking about? I have no idea what it's called.
I don't know the proper actual name.
Either. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Salvador.
Barnya. Or sorry, the Prizatki.
Yeah.
Though can would work pretty well too, because there's stomping and
Yes.
kicking in that.
Salvador is moving forward at this point.
He's ignoring that last bunch of rats.
He's ignoring the last bunch of rats. This is literally so far below his pay grade right now.
You get paid?
But he is going forward. He's going to attempt to hide, like around a corner or something.
All right.
Hide. Special.
All right, you slip down, and the penthouse is divided into multiple rooms. From the looks of it, this hallway runs down into a wide open area, and then there's like separate bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But the open area is like open living area. There's furniture you could crouch behind.
I think he gets behind a couch or something. Just gonna wait to see or hear movement.
As you get in here, you realize the door to the balcony is open. You can hear the rain hitting on the balcony. And it's all kind of misty around the door.
If you allow me, I'll reload, and that'll be kind of what I'm doing this turn.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
It's the time crisis, like behind the pillar thing.
Oh Jesus!
It's been a long time since I played that game.
Shoot off the screen to reload.
Shoot outside the screen.
Yep. All right, top of the order.
I haven't
Vivian.
played Time Crisis in ages.
I miss it.
There's only one rat swarm left, you said, right?
Right. It's like 10 living rats that are still anywhere near y'all.
She's good luck, rats, and she will follow.
Okay.
And the 2 shots she took, she'll reload. Could I roll like a listen or anything? Spot, maybe?
Spot, I'll give you. Listen, it's like there's been multiple gun firings in a very
That's
area.
fair. Special.
Ooh.
I hate to be that person. She does have dark vision.
Well, the room is lit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I was not aware the room was lit.
It doesn't look like a 90s rave floor.
So yeah, you step up, to the edge of the hallway where it opens up into the living area. You see Salvador crouched behind a couch reloading. You see the open door and the rain out on the patio. Like I told Jeremy, it's kind of misty around the door. At first you assume that's just where the water's hitting, and then you notice some of that. But then you notice some of the fog is like moving towards the couch.
Salvador?
Almost done.
She's like, she trains her pistol on the fog. As ridiculous as that looks.
Oh.
She's read enough vampire novels. She was that
Oh.
nerd in middle school.
All right.
All right.
Then it is Charlie's turn.
Alrighty, we are going to. Because still kind of surrounded by the rats, right?
There's like 10 individual rats left. There's one swarm. So.
Yeah. Nope.
Set the damn thing on fire.
Fire on everything.
Let's see. The last rat swarm, who now has to roll a 5 to hit anybody. Going after Charlie. Oh, I thought I had it for a second, but I thought I'd rolled a 1, but no, that was actually a 10. So, and after they make that failed attack, this group just sort of disperses itself. There's not enough rats left around for them to feel brave enough to be attacking people. So they start scurrying down the stairs, into the stairwell down the stairs.
Gotcha. So we all go into the room.
Oh, hold on just a second. We're still in initiative over here.
You just see Vivian with a gun pointed at a suspicious cloud.
Be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
We are all excessively suspicious at this point.
Salvador's just like, I'm almost done.
All right, how many power points does that take?
Imagine the police is probably on their way since there's gunfire.
Probably actual fires going on with the rats.
Oh yes, I got to roll to see how much the burning rats running around before they died.
Oh Lord.
Lay back, I got a potty.
Yeah, some of the carpet's starting to catch on fire. Where there's dead burning rats laying on it.
If that had happened during initiative, could we have tried to stomp it out? Or nah, too late.
Yeah, we're gonna say it's too late. It's not like big flaming, it's smoldering and starting to.
They're really gonna have to renovate the house.
I'm sorry, the penthouse is under renovation. No, for real this time.
Yep.
So Salvador, Vivian.
Rats.
Oh, Salvador just stepped away. That's unfortunate. As the mist that you have the gun trailed on rounds a corner of the couch.
I can hear you.
Okay. Rounds the corner of the couch and is suddenly in the form of a woman.
Familiar woman?
No, it's not the one you saw before.
Okay. Another dame, another day.
Let's see. She reaches out and tries to claw you.
Mm-hmm.
Not with a 93, though. Come on, guys. You're supposed to be scary monsters. I need you to roll at least half decent. But she got a big smile on her face. Tells you, oh, you're a pretty one.
My ex-wife tells me.
Vivian tucks that lore drop away for later.
We will remember this.
Lore drops end battle?
It's like one of those Telltale games, like X will remember this.
Yeah.
Salvador, you're good.
Kind of smiles, has reloaded at this point. It's like, well, one of us is about to be not very pretty, and he's gonna fire the rifle like point blank.
All right. I believe there's a penalty to firing a rifle. Or
There is
something.
not.
I think it's the other way
So-
around.
Yeah, so point blank,
Firing into.
It may
is
be
an
firing into, I
easy
think,
shot, which I believe
Bumps it by 20.
doubles the skill category, like percentage, but you don't get an EXP check.
I already got an EXP check on it. I'm not worried about it.
So, if I recall correctly, I think like your skill percentile doubles for easy.
Huh. Okay. He's just like, sorry, man. Oh, shit. Double 83 would be like 160 something.
Yeah. So
So
definitely
just
be a
eyeballing
crit.
it, I'm pretty sure that's a crit.
Yeah, I would think so.
All right. Six.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I want to say it is double.
Even plus 20 would be a crit, I think.
Yeah.
All
Let me
right.
double check the PDF real quick, but I'm fairly certain it's double for an easy roll.
If it were me making this, it would be easy would be plus 20, difficult would be minus 20.
All right.
Just to make things
Multiplier,
easy.
circumstance, standard, simple, moderate, difficult. A lot of information on this screen, but I don't know if it's got what I want. But even just a baseline roll, it's at least a special.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Does a crit do anything specifically different?
It does.
Crit does. Now this is piercing.
Mm-hmm. So I add another dice. Is that how it works?
Doubles the weapons dice modifier. Excuse me.
So I roll
Weapons dice modifiers add as normal.
roll another 2d6. It's another 7, so that's 17 so far.
All right.
That's still a major wound, given her her.
Let me check her. Yes, that is definitely a major wound.
Excellent. Punctured lung links to weakened respiratory system. Deep stomach wounds become chronically reinfected, or belly wounds weaken digestion and general health. Kidneys and liver are damaged, or make up a new wound effect. Lose 1d6 con, may affect hit points, damage bonus, and reduces move by the number of units equal to 1d6 the result rolled. The 1d6 result rolled. Your character is unable to fight.
So yeah, so
Woof.
point blank, if the target is within the attacker's dex, divided by 3 meters, round up. Even if the target is prone, the skill is easy. Trying to find.
All right. Well, this particular vampire, it just so happens, has 17 hit points.
Ha!
So she materialized, tried to claw you. You fire big rounds into her, and she bursts back into mist.
Should be back later.
Yeah.
Well, that's a problem that they don't leave a body.
Okay. So, So some
And then
actions
the
are
mist starts
easy.
moving away from you.
Yeah. Shooting a target at point blank range. So for an easy action, double the skill rating. Easy
Okay.
characteristic rolls use a multiplier of ×10 or double the normal characteristic roll. However, a success at an easy skill roll does not merit an experience check. So yeah, it is double for an easy.
Gotcha.
Sounds good. And now we know. It is 166.
Which is nuts.
This man is good at one thing. He's good at a couple things, but they haven't really come to light.
All right, Eric, you're up.
So vampire popped up. Salvador did Salvador things. Vampire is no longer there.
Yeah, he was crouched behind a couch. The mist moved around the couch, formed in the woman already in crouching. She swiped at him, told him he was pretty. He leans back, fires his rifle. She bursts into mist again.
Cool.
Still missed though, right?
Correct.
Is there an empty jar anywhere?
Oh shit.
You're standing in a hallway,
Like-
so no.
Like a cart with like the ice buckets.
No, I mean
vase?
in the room.
Wait, it's a hallway.
Yeah, you have not
Well,
walked into
because
the living area yet. Oh, it's your turn.
Oh, yeah,
never mind.
It was behind couch.
Yeah, no, he's he's going inside. He heard a gunshot. He's going inside.
So you run in time to see Salvador lean back then in the mist,
Yeah.
which is now moving towards
So-
the door to the patio.
Yeah, let's see. So is there a jar?
Get a jar of vampire. Do we leave it to the dice fate?
No, there's not.
And,
Maybe if you check the kitchen. Or kitchenette or whatever they'd have in this. It's a penthouse. Probably be a full-size kitchen.
Hmm.
Or the penthouse only use room service. But anyway, no, there's no jars laying around in the living room.
Set the mist on fire.
Set fire.
It's water vapor. Burn.
To the mist.
Can I do a cult to see if that would even work?
Sure.
I read a book about vampires 20 years ago.
Critical.
Oh fuck.
In most
It's probably
stories,
still right.
vampires take extra sorts of damage from fire.
Even while they're in a mist form.
Well, most of your folklore doesn't really mention that one way or the other.
Yes, but I rolled a 1.
Van Helsing doesn't usually deal with them. He just stakes them and moves on.
Let's see.
What's the worst that could happen?
So, if you use fire to evaporate them away, it might work. You don't really know. It would be an experiment. You'd be doing it for science.
Okay, next question. How spread out is the fire on the carpet?
It's like you got dead burning rat,
Size-wise.
and then the fire has expanded a little bit from that.
So, roughly give me like a size.
I don't know. This big around? Like not quite
So
campfire size yet. But there's multiple. There's a couple of spots. How many spots?
A couple of smaller spots.
There's like 3 spots that are doing it.
Okay. I'm gonna expend 6 power points.
Well, geez.
Still a success, even with a 100. Somehow.
Yeah, except 96 to 100 is an auto fail, I thought. Let me double check that. Let's see. Should be in the system. Skill room. Okay, I'm not seeing it, so we're not gonna waste a lot of time. We'll just count it as a success.
Um.
So what is it you're doing?
Twofold, because it's also part of the power that I can do this. He's gonna pull all of the fire off of the carpet and the rats,
Okay.
and then just fire it at the mist out the open window.
All right. Is that going to be 2 actions then that you absorb it and then fire it?
I think so.
Or is it just some sort of like redirecting of natural fire?
Yeah, that's something that can be done.
Let's see. Pyrokinesis.
Yeah, I'm getting to it. There we go.
Let's see. It can be shaped or manipulated.
Mm-hmm. Can also snuff out flame by draining the oxygen it requires. Can't. So there's that. So basically, idea is, since it's fire that came about because of his pyrokinetics to begin with, he's gonna manipulate it by pull it away and launch it out the window. So he's not snuffing it out. He's just pulling it all together and firing it out the window.
Okay. So it goes zipping out the window.
Yeah. So that would be
Out into the rain.
6 fire damage onto the mist.
So this is the mist already gathered by the door? Or the mist moving away from Salvador?
Yes. Because it's basically a line 6 right now. So he had moved where he can get basically the mist moving away from Salvador have that between him and the open door.
Okay.
Or open window, rather. So it's...
Alright, so the mist moving away from Salvador just seems to evaporate.
Okay. And the one that is over by the...
Let's see, the one over by the door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it definitely tries to move out of the way of the fire.
Mm-hmm.
And takes the damage anyway. That is 6 points. So yeah, that mist is moving now too. So you're pretty sure you have flushed something else out.
Got another one.
And oh, that one goes on an 11. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it forms up into a person.
Yep.
Charlie, give me a roll. Or
What roll?
no, I take that back. Let's see. You wouldn't have to roll. You would just recognize this guy. This is the vampire you've encountered before. This was the patient that died at the hospital and then came up missing, and you found him feeding on his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Nuked him with fire.
Ah, you
He
nipped
looks a
him with
little
fire.
singed. When he reforms, he's a little singed for sure.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, this is the dead guy I was looking for earlier.
The one you were running from.
Mission
Yes,
accomplished.
because I went looking for him because he disappeared out of the hospital.
It wasn't very comfortable there, Doctor. I'm glad to see you again, though. You reacted rather strongly to our last meeting.
Well, when, you walk in on somebody drinking the blood of their spouse, kind of gets a bit too much.
I'm offering her eternal life. I'd make the same offer to you.
I don't want it.
You say that now as a young elf, but give it a couple of 100 years when you're not so young anymore.
Practically more.
What are we talking about? Teak
worry
from
about
the
it.
hallway.
Eternal life!
That's a crock of shit.
What about you, Mr. Lawyer?
What about me?
How do you feel about eternal life?
I have enough memories to outlive the entirety of your lifetime. I don't need any more.
And he tries to hit the hypnotic gaze on you. Alright, so a vampire overcomes the... What is your current POW?
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Like the current max or
Let's see if a
what my
vampire...
pool is at the moment.
How many points you got at the moment?
Alright,
Is
the
it-
vampire overcomes... Oh, okay, it says that the vampire overcomes the target's POW. So it doesn't say power points, it says POW.
Okay,
With
so
its
16.
current power point. So he has to use his current power points versus your full POW.
Yeah. So mine's a 16.
Alright. Alright, so he is the resisting value is a 16.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. He has 13 to start with. And he spent some changing to mist form. Alright, this may go poorly for him. So the passive characteristic is 16. The active characteristic is 10. He has a 20% chance. And he rolled a 16.
This is gonna go great, guys.
Alright.
Okay, he's not next in turn order.
So the target is... Alright, so the target is hypnotized and can be made to follow simple instructions. These instructions are... If these instructions are self-destructive, at the start of the round, the target can attempt an ideal roll to snap out of it.
If it has anything to do with Vivian, it's self-destructive.
No,
think
what's worse is Vivian is seeing all of this go down, so.
And you see him tell Michael, I think it's a lovely night for a stroll. Why don't you just walk out on the patio and off the edge?
That would be self-destructive.
Yeah.
So at the start of the next round, he'll get another check.
Mm-hmm.
And it's enough distance that, Michael will make it out onto the patio, but not to the edge of it yet. So, yeah.
Chambering another shot before he can do it.
Then it is Teak.
Yeah, he's gonna come in the room and shoot the motherfucker. Oh, yeah.
All right. He will try to dodge out of the way. Let's see. What is his dodge? 50%. 77. That's not going
Time
to
to
do it.
keep track of my bullets here.
So he had taken 6 points earlier. So that's 9. Oh, but he did have his round. So regeneration, but no, because it was fire damage. Okay. So yeah, he has got 9 damage on him so far. Vivian. Oh wait, you didn't shoot, did you?
She was reloading her gun when she came in,
Okay.
but during this initiative, she has not shot.
Okay.
Granted, there were only rats left.
Let's see. I'm trying to think who's the furthest back in the. I think Charlie would probably be Charlie would probably be in the back of the line. Because everybody else is because everybody else is interacting with the living room. Mm-hmm. Charlie was close enough to see the guy, but everybody else is in the rooms. All right. Charlie, give me a spot check. Or skill roll. What is their stealth?
I succeeded.
Whoop, whoop.
Finally, I succeeded in something.
34, 80. All right, that's fine. All right. So you see a little tendril of mist sort of coming over your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Before another one of the vampires materializes. So you're not caught by surprise by this. So.
Mm-hmm.
But she is behind you, and she is going to try to bite you. $79, so that don't hit. Like every time I try to have him do something neat, the dice are like, no.
You had them do something neat.
Mm-hmm.
So that little bit of warning is just enough for Charlie to step away from her for the woman's teeth snap. And you see the woman you were fighting earlier in the evening. This is the flapper dressed one.
Ah.
Quick question on the guy who did the hypnotic gaze on Michael. That's not like it just happens. It's not like concentration or anything like that, right? I know this is not D&D, but
that was the whole resistance roll.
Yeah, just double checking. I didn't know if
Although, what we did last time was the loud bangs were potentially enough to shake somebody out. But that's up to the GM.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say I am shooting this guy.
It is your go, so you can shoot if you want to.
And on that note,
I
kaboom.
Sure will. That is a success. That will be +2. 13 damage. Jesus Christ.
Let's go.
Oh, he's already tried.
I don't know yet.
So he explodes in the mist.
I was going to ask if it was a major wound, but I guess it was.
All right. Let's see. Teak, you shot this round, didn't you?
Yes, did.
All right. So
and seeing as there's only one target, he's taking 2 shots.
Yep, because he shoots on a 6 and a 1, so the next 2 actions are yours.
6 damage on the first.
All right, she'll try to dodge.
And failure on the second. Failure on the second. Wait, Is he anywhere near Charlie? Because he didn't just enter the room and saw the guy and shot. He would still technically be in the doorway. I don't know where Charlie would be.
Charlie's a little bit behind you, so it's the guy that already exploded, would be here. You could just turn like this and look down to where Charlie is. It's like a 90-degree turn for you.
So would this new target theoretically be within 1/3 of Teek's dexterity in meters?
What is Teek's dexterity? I don't think so, but let me see. What would that
Teek's dexterity is 11.
So within 4 meters.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 4 yards. Yes, probably so.
So that would be 110 for the light pistol.
Minus 20 because she is in melee combat with you, buddy.
Which would still hit her.
Double plus 20 is still a hit, yeah. Or double minus 20 is still a hit.
Yeah, it's because that would take it down to 90, and I rolled a 77.
PEMDAS, baby.
All right, roll your damage.
It's a 1d6.
One.
4.
All right, so that is 6.
10 total.
So 10 total she's taken.
But outside of the 3 earlier, but yeah.
As fast as they regenerate, trust me, she's at full. Well, before that bullet.
Okay.
A couple of bullets.
Okay.
Top of the order, Vivian.
Mist guy is gone, right? Are both vampires, or at least the vampire she can see, is currently mist.
Been blown back into mist. That mist is still there, though.
She doesn't know about the vampire behind her. She does know that the guy talked to Michael, so she's instead walk off a cliff, basically. Mm-hmm. She's keeping a close eye on Michael. If Michael moves, she's going to move to stop him. She doesn't know about the other vampire, and the other one is currently Steam.
Charlie. Teek just fired kind of over your shoulder into the vampire that's trying to grab you, or trying to bite you.
And I will fire at said vampire.
All right.
Please stop. Failed. Damn.
Even with double, yeah.
Let's see. That would double to a 40. Yeah, the 89 would still be a miss, though. Oh. That is a guy that should not be here yet. Or should not be here tonight. Back to the GM layer with him. Alright. And the rats are gone. And that lady was blown to mist, and then the mist was burned. So we are down to Salvador. Who has their earphones off, so he can't tell it's his turn. Or their turn.
I see dogs being let in.
Doggos.
Mm-hmm. Salvador shoots whoever. And BRB. All right.
And BRB.
BRB.
Okay.
All right.
The only one in the room still is the flapper lady, I think.
Yep. Where is Salvador's character sheet? Salvador has his rifle out. Let's see. Minus 20 for shooting into.
That's a critical for Deca's roll.
Deca's further to the
Deca did the rifle roll.
He's not getting the double thing.
Yeah, but immediately under what Deca posted, rolled a 4, which is a critical.
Even without the double.
Yeah.
Wait, where is?
It ever said
Rolled
Salvador
it.
shoots
I see,
whoever
I see, I
vampires in the
see.
room. Yeah, immediately under that, rolled the rifle
I
roll,
got you.
rolled a critical,
Critical.
which is, I think this lady is missed now.
More than most likely.
No, he hit him.
So that's 11 points of damage.
No.
Yep, that lady's back to mist.
Damn it, Sarah.
And that mist scoots back under the door that it presumably had come out of. All right. Michael. All right, so Michael starts walking toward the balcony. Michael, give me an ideal roll to see if you can snap out of it. If you realize, wait a second, suicide is stupid.
Hi, I'm back, sir.
Too late, we moved on.
Fine.
You did turn a vampire into mist, though.
Yeah, I'm sure. I saw the critical.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, that's a critical. Roll another 2d6.
All right, so that's a success. So you're getting right to the door to the balcony when you kind of shake it off.
Vivian is like mid tackle.
Well, Vivian was kind of holding her action to see what was going to happen. So yeah.
Yeah.
By the time Michael stops, she probably latches onto him.
No.
All right.
I'm good.
All right, so
again, I'm good.
There are no targets in the room. Oh, I take that back. There's the one guy that's got blown back into mist form. And that mist is moving towards one of the bedrooms. Yes.
Cool. 3 PowerPoints. I'm not a fan of what he just tried to do. 6 fire. And I'm going to have the size be basically in the air, like around his mist form, so it's not touching anything.
Your Roy Mustanging.
Yeah, just no. Literally, he just turns her. He literally like Vivian like grabs and stops him. He goes, "I'm good." Turns around and goes, "No."
All right, that mist dissipates.
I will say thematically, he's starting to get a nosebleed though.
He's definitely been burning through PowerPoints. All right. Actually, what's your psychic powers of? Sorry, I was reading something on the mist form. I guess we'll count psychic powers like they were magic. All right. After Eric.
I mean, it is elemental damage.
Yeah, I don't think regular fire would do it though. Doesn't matter.
It is technically kind of conjured fire, but
yeah, but it's based on the terms and what they mean in the game. Not gonna worry about it right now.
Gotcha.
Teak, you're up.
So there's just the one thing of mist right now, right?
Yes, it is. It is sliding up under the door, under one of the bedroom doors.
He's gonna go to that bedroom door.
Okay.
And he's gonna open the door.
Door's locked.
Teek's gonna break the door.
Give me a effort roll.
What? Normal, I guess.
Strength.
Yes.
Nope.
Ooh.
He kicks. Nothing happens.
Oh, you rattle it good. Teek's not a weakling.
Nope. Did not shoot this round, so all of my other ones are skipped.
Yep. Let's see. Then it's the lady you're chasing. Salvador's got nothing to shoot. So we're back at the top of the order with Vivian.
There's no one here for her to shoot. But if she sees
You can-
Teak trying to break down the door, she'll give it a shot.
All right, give me an effort roll.
Normal?
Yes. Vivian steps up.
Teak weakened it.
It shoulders the door open.
Thanks, Teak.
Teek's like, I weakened it.
I appreciate it. She's had to hit it at a higher angle.
Mm-hmm.
What's in the room?
What's in the box?
Technically, a room is a box.
There is a very large, like, steamer trunk in this room.
Like coffin-sized, maybe? Aloysius-sized?
Probably not Aloysius. He was a bit on the taller side. You also see, like, some clothing and, the bed doesn't look like it's been used. But clearly somebody has been using this room. There's makeup
It's
out on the makeup
closed?
table.
Where's the mist?
The trunk, yes. You don't see the mist.
Cool. She's
Trunk.
can she take a look around or try to maybe pop the trunk open?
Yeah, you can pop the trunk open.
Or would busting the door count?
Teek's holding
that's
up one of the
Busting
stakes.
the door was kind of your action, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Teek is like holding.
She will. Can I say that she at least has her gun like out?
Oh,
Still.
absolutely.
Fantastic. That's her the gig then.
Charlie, you're up. Teak and Vivian, Teak started knocking the door over, trying to knock the door open. Vivian has knocked it open and stepped in.
The door? What door?
A door to a bedroom.
Sorry.
The door to the bedroom.
The vampire that tried to attack you when she got blown back to mist, that mist slipped under the door into this bedroom. There's a big steamer trunk in there that could probably hold a person.
Okay. And you said the door's knocked down already, and
Yeah, Vivian knocked the door down and it stepped in.
Teak and Vivian went.
And Teak is standing at the door.
Okay. All right. Well, Charlie will also go into the room.
Okay. What does she do when she gets in there?
Probably open the thing.
The trunk. All right.
If there's no mist around the trunk, then she's gonna open the trunk.
You open the trunk. There's a woman's body in the trunk. Specifically, the woman that y'all fought earlier.
I guess I will shoot.
Yeah, fucked up. I love it.
Point blank. Fuck.
I'm probably gonna miss, but it is what it is. Oh, I succeeded.
Excellent. Be sure to check it.
Vivian
Can I
seeing the
check
body.
it,
Maybe
though?
we should keep
Oh,
it.
yes, you
Oh,
can.
never mind.
So
Yeah,
you put
you
a bullet
just
in the
check
body.
firearms.
Right there.
It's like you just shot into a body.
Oh.
You do notice that there is dirt in this trunk.
Oh.
Vivian is clocking all of this as the nerd she is.
Let's see. And then there it is, Salvador.
Lost the wind. And Salvador will walk in. Has a stake, and he's just gonna, assuming she's not like moving, I'm just gonna stake.
Okay.
I assume that's not a roll for an unmoving body.
No, for an unmoving body, I would not make it a roll.
Okay. Just like.
Though you don't really have a hammer to drive the stake through.
I have the butt of a weapon.
I'm just picturing, T, hold this right over her heart, and then you take the buddy. So you stake her. When the stake goes in, she opens her mouth and screams, fangs out, and kind of tries to sit up against you, kind of spasms for a second, and then drops back down.
Ah, that does work. Cool. First time.
Now, if I was
Leo
meaner,
tried
Hopefully
it
the last.
earlier.
if I was meaner, I'd have her spray blood like in Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Hey. So cool. That's done. I will close the trunk again. Now that she's staked, just like, this is important. This is a body. We can take this to the police and preemptively clear our names.
Likely
they're probably
already
on their way.
Oh, well, even better. It is also 9:30.
I would imagine the waves of rats that are pouring through the halls right now are also probably
The fire
an
rat.
issue.
No.
Oh no, they were taken care of.
Yes, the
Previous
fire
fire
rats. We've all seen
rats.
All right.
Yeah.
So everything seems to be quiet now. What are you doing?
We have our person. So I'm still like, I saw the people turn into mist, so Salvador is still on edge and will still have his weapon out, at least until the police arrive, and probably a little bit after that until they tell him to put his weapon away.
So yeah, all right, so the police roll in quite quickly. You didn't hear the sirens, probably because of how high up you are and all the rain, all the storming outside.
And the gunshots in the stairwell.
Yeah. You're hearing. You probably got some ringing in your ears.
Salvador's used to it.
Probably.
So yeah, the police show up. You show in the body. They start searching around. Let's see. In one of the bedrooms, they find the body of the wife, Charlie, that you saw getting attacked. Or no, I take that back. It wouldn't be her body. She'd be in there basically asleep. With one big noticeable bite mark on her. The husband's body is in there, so apparently when the mist evaporates, he's still reformed in his box with his dirt. Luckily, Leo's got more steaks.
Yeah, he's got just another one.
Imagine we're doing this like while the cops are like, hold on, we got this.
Just 1 second here, hold on.
Leo just turns
We'll
on his
explain
iron hands,
later.
it's like.
You also found the other woman's the bedroom the other woman was using, and she's in there. That time the cops stop you and then like check her and make sure there's no pulse. Then they let you stake her. And when she jerks up and reacts the same way all the rest of them, then it's okay. Yeah.
How are these
Vampires are
cops
real.
handling it?
Yeah, these are new cops. They're not the ones
Yeah,
we've
this
been
is a
dealing with.
windburn.
This human ass cop is like, oh, vampires are real.
So a couple of more rookie-ish cops are not handling it well. Of the two sort of really experienced guys, one of them seems to be super, super shaken up.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, honestly.
And the other one, while he reacted with surprise the first time a body sat up and screamed, by the second time, you don't really see much of a reaction. He's just sitting there like, so, damnedest thing.
A body.
Oh, it's screaming. Huh.
Oh. Coffee's awful good today. What you do not find in here is a man in a white suit.
Yeah, much to my dismay.
He probably had other things to do tonight. Places to go, people to see.
Yeah.
Teak takes off his hat, offers a mint to the cops.
One of the shook up rookies is like, thanks. It's just anything, he slowly unwraps. It's just anything to distract him.
And he will hold his hat there for a minute for anyone else to take a mint, and then he will take a mint and then put his hat back.
Salvador snags a mint.
This is a thing now.
The hat of holding
hat mint.
Hat of holding in parentheses mints.
But yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap here with the police securing this site. The rats were very definitely noticed.
This building gets condemned for that.
I'd say we just destroyed an entire.
You did relatively little damage. They're gonna need some new carpet and fix that door, but
No, I mean the rats.
Oh.
I mean,
this place's reputation just got tanked.
You do hear the manager basically telling the cops that they're not supposed to be up here, that it's under renovations, with that same kind of deadpan voice.
You're not supposed to be up here. It's under renovation.
But we did warn them that people are compromised. So
and the more experienced cops, they are noting the difference from when they first spoke to him to how he's acting kind of out of it now. They're like snapping their fingers in his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll wrap there. Pick up next week. Hope y'all had fun. I enjoyed it.
Next week we finally get to do breakfast.
Maybe. Depends on, well, never mind.
It's 12 o'clock at night. We just want to sleep.
But I hope anybody that came by and checked us out enjoyed it. I hope you'll join us next time. Thank you to our raiders that came through.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed.
And we will see y'all. I guess. About to leave without doing the regular ending. Again, I was your starter of the evening, Jason. And with me was. We'll start with Carr as Teak. Eric as Michael. Rappy as Charlie. Jeremy as Salvador. And Sarah as Vivian. And we will see y'all next time.
Bye-bye.
So tread with care and heed the sign. Abomination, Ali's line. For in the night the shadows grow and take with them your troubles.